gets games, apps, and updates for free. If I ever get lost, the GPS, for no cost, will make sure that it knows where I'll be. My phone is much smarter than me, thanks to micro technology. Someday I may be replaced by something much faster paced, because my phone is much smarter than me. Oh, my phone is much smarter than me. It can connect with anyone in this whole wide world, anytime, any reason, any place. Leave you a message or call you direct, use video to see your face, 'cause my phone is much smarter than me. Sing along! My phone is much smarter than me. My phone is much smarter than me. Oh, my phone is much smarter than me. My phone is much smarter than me. It can write you a note or send you a text with no need for paper to waste. A most efficient way to set your thoughts free. My phone is much smarter than me. Oh, my phone is much smarter than me. It's an audio recorder, a video cam. You can take still photos and selfies. This wireless device makes so many of your tasks seem to be so user-friendly. Oh, my phone is much smarter than me. My phone is much smarter than me. It gets games, apps, and updates for free. If I ever get lost, the GPS for no cost will make sure that it knows where I'll be. My phone is much smarter than me, thanks to micro technology. Someday I may be replaced by something much faster paced, because my phone is much smarter than me. Sing along! My phone is much smarter than me. 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 Like a constant companion, it's your new BFF, and can keep you from feeling lonely. Just gotta remember to recharge that battery, because my phone is much smarter than me. Let's take it out. My phone is much smarter than me. My phone is much smarter than me. My phone is much smarter than me. Oh, my phone is much smarter than me. Yeah. Silly stuff. Silly stuff. And now an old favorite.
It's a shame it's true.
Yeah, it is. And now an old favorite. And of course, this has a definite sing-along, which I'm sure you will get very easily. Do you keep a bucket list of things you want to do before you die that just can't be missed? So many sights to see and people to know, so many things to do and exotic places to go. Well, I guess that's all just fine for most of you. A bucket list appears to be the thing to do. As for myself, I am a hopeless realist, so I choose the alternative, a fuck it list. I've got a fuck it list of the items I wanna miss. I can't get rid of, and the things that make me pissed. Well, this grows longer every day, but I just yell, fuck it, and it's okay. To all you hopeful optimists, I just say, fuck it, you need a bucket list. Sing along now. Fuck it, 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 fuck it. Fuck it, 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 fuck it. Fuck it, 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 fuck it. Fuck it, 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 fuck it. Institutions too big to fail are definite fuck it. The Senate and the House of Congress can all just go suck it. Monsanto and its GMOs are a fuck it too. You've got to admit a fucking list would probably work for you. Just say fuck it to the Navy, sea life killing sonar, and another big fuck it to all greedy people. Hey, you landlords know who you are. Just say fuck it to high cost housing and poverty. And when you can't fill your bucket, you can come say fuck it with me. I've got a bucket list of the items I wanna miss, the people I can't get rid of, and the things that make me piss. My list grows longer every day, but I just yell fuck it, and it's okay. To all you hopeful optimists, I just say fuck it, you're on my bucket list. Sing along now. Fuck it, 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 fuck it. I say fuck it to discrimination, body type, or gender based, and a fuck it to you if you judge by stereotype or race. Every drone gets a fuck it when it goes into the air, and if you're offended by my fuck it, say fuck it, because I really don't care. I've got a bucket list of the items I wanna miss, the people I can't get rid of, and the things that make me piss. My list grows longer every day, but I just yell fuck it, and it's okay. To all you hopeful optimists, I just say fuck it, you need a bucket list. There we go. So much for today's philosophy.
And Johnny Hernandez, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you, John. Yes, our iPhones are getting smart enough that we might have to shoot them.
Already done it. Already shot it.
Now I'd like to welcome to the stage, ladies and gentlemen, Dave Thompson.
Yeah, Dave.
As I always say, always nice to get back here. Sometimes in your life, get another chance. You don't want to waste it. I started out in life on a lonely highway. When my time is done, walk these streets alone with a restless heart. But I have never found a place where I belong. There was a time when I Yeah, there was a chasing those rings of gold. Street fools. Yeah. Never saw the signs as the horse moved away. Oh, the price I'd pay, the love I'd lose, release the flashing rage and silken chains that bind my body. Free my troubled mind, open these blind eyes to see. Forgive the pain I've caused and all the love that I've wasted. Bring me closer to the man I want to be. Now I was racing down that highway, but I could not see the end. I said I didn't care, I no longer can pretend. Little life we share together, what I need to be set free. Your love will help me change into the man I want to be. Can no longer see the way that this will end. But I will free my mind from its pride. Yeah. For everything I see is written in your eyes. The man I want to be by your side. Release the flashing rage and silken shades that bind my body. Free my troubled mind, open these blind eyes to see. Please. Forgive the pain I've caused and all the love that I have wasted. Bring me closer to the man I want to be. Release the flashing rage and silken chains that bind my body. Free my troubled mind, open these blinded eyes to see. Forgive the pain I've caused and all the love that I have wasted. Bring me closer to the man I want to be. Just bring me closer to the man I want to be. Man I want to be. She set me free.
Right there.
Thank you. Thank you. I've been asked many times why I'm still doing this. And basically I wrote a song about it. Angels riding on my shoulders and been looking after me. 6 strings on the highway, my songs and I'm free. People ask me what question, so mysterious. What of the music still drive me? I just tell them it's the rush. Now I still stand here and wonder, after all of these years, how could music and words make hard times disappear? Sing for you people that I hope to touch is the reason that drives me. The reason for the rush. As I remember, when I first took the stage, I stared patience as it was on the page. There's something drives me. It's been continuous. It was deep in my soul. Give me reaching for the rush. Now I will always remember to my dying day all the stories of people I've loved along the way. As I write down these memories, I shall do trust, and the music will save me. Keep me living for the rush. Yes, it's the music that saves me. I'm only in it for the rush. And I will always remember that first feeling of the rush. That's why I'm in it. That's why I'm in it. Thank you. Thank you.
Dave Thomas, ladies and gentlemen. And now, let's get some rock and roll happening up here. Or he'll probably come up here and play a ballet. Ladies and gentlemen, Charles Haymarket.
Not just dead, man.
Hiya, hiya.
Hiya, hiya.
I have no joke this week. Is that all clear?
There we go. Ooh. Guitar.
All those sheep for you, they had good lives like yours. They fell in love and dreamed. They asked to look pure. They gave everything they had. Things would be better for you. And all this they gave freedom. All they just handed to you. But life's been ripped down and shredded by those who claim to love it most. Over the protest of it, and the founding fathers ghost. Our flag's been ripped down and shredded. They used to have some filthy bloody rags by those who do evil in its name. Watch out, great and bad. White House is covered in oil, and the churches are buried in crude. Doesn't want to profit from war madness. We're only about what there are crude. Grand buildings of solid granite, now filled with hollow ideals. And it's here in the eye of big patience you steal. Cause black's been ripped down and shredded by those who claim to love it most over the protests of living. As the founding fathers go, our flag's been ripped down and shredded and used as a filthy bloody rag. Those who do evil its name and want your freedom back. The rich are all pouting and pampered, eating and getting their fill. And they and the media keep ignoring the shame of all those that we kill. And when war becomes rage, usually popular, and the armed of doubts allowed, we sing Star Spangled Banner with blood in our mouths. Cause black's been ripped down and shredded by those who claim to love it most over the protest of it. The founding fathers goes, our flag's been ripped down and shredded and used as a filthy bloody rag by those who do evil this name and want your freedom back. Pundits are floated by their own greed and pride, and they won't tell you nothing but a million more lies. And they think God looks down and blesses Armageddon riots, but in the cold dark of space, Earth might just go quiet.
Awesome! Wow! Nice lyrics.
Now I want to play something nice and easy. Problem is, we never do anything nice and easy. So the first part's going to be easy, and the next part's going to be rough. Pictures in my wallet, everyone I love to keep them close. I'm all a little faded now, torn around the edges, still keep them close. All my smiling friends from so long ago, slight dated clothes. Yeah, I love them all, I feel so far away, yeah, don't call them. What kind of love is that anyway? Feels so good, feels so bad. What kind of love is that anyway? Only kind of love some folk have. The seasons have come around again. Here it is fall, and you're pictured by the mantle, gathered lots of dust. Still I don't call you. And the winter wind blows all the leaves into a pile. Well, some of us away. Why don't you lay down that pile, let my love spark a fire, burn all my sin away. What kind of love is that anyway? Feels so good, feels so bad. What kind of love is that anyway? Only kind of love I have. Pictures in my wallet of everyone I love. Still I don't call them.
Have a seat yourself. Charles Haymarket, ladies and gentlemen.
Thank you.
Charles Haymarket usually has some CDs, so please see him about picking up some CDs.
You played that beautifully tonight.
And now we'd like to welcome to the stage, ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Lotus.
Hi everybody. Tonight is probably the most rushed and unprepared I've ever been, ever, but that's okay. I'm not apologizing. I'm just going with that.
Go with the flow.
I don't apologize. All right. on my blues, and I would like to ask people to jam with me. My blues are just real simple E, A,
B.
B, 7 pretty much.
That's the kind we like.
You know? So would anybody like to jam along with the blues? Help me up here. Help me.
Anybody want to?
Is there a house guitar?
Behind her.
Oh, yeah.
I definitely want people to hear the words.
Well, we're not plugged in like.
Yeah. Okay. I don't know you play.
Yeah, it's an E.
Yeah. Yeah. Here we go. All right. I think bluesy's probably got the easiest one to follow with all these people following, so I'll do that.
If I'd be able to help.
Well, I'm losing for you to see face. And I'm the one in my hit parade. They listen, ain't no turning back. Here now, headed straight for the sugar shack. I want up here, that's good, that's good. Okay, yeah, okay. Peter, you've heard me do watch out. Would you want to try to back me up on it? Do you know that one?
Lotus, ladies and gentlemen. Put your hands together for Lotus. And now comes that time when we get another newbie who has not been here before. So I want you all to be on your very best behavior and give this person as much support as possible. Please welcome to the stage, Thomas.
Hey, all right, Thomas. Hi.
Alright, I guess welcome to the Tom Face Comedy Show, Sacred Grounds Edition. So I do a lot of comedy about basically just the weird stuff that happens to you when you're homeless and kind of like trying to reintegrate into society, the different things that happen. Because like, strange things happen to you when you find yourself in a situation where you have to live with like just hundreds of other people who are also in squalor, and either they are in that situation because they were weird to begin with, or being in that situation makes you weird, or a combination of both, or hopefully you just make it in and out alive without it changing you too much, but let's face it, it affects you. And you pick up some strange habits when you're in a survival situation, like I was and have been several times before, that you kind of have to drop when you re-enter society as a housed, employed, sort of person that they want you to be, thing that is, you know, allowed to have stuff. So I've been doing this program for GA where you do work fair, and it's a pretty good gig because it, you know, you do volunteer work and they pay you like $62 per month, which is supposed to pay for anything. It doesn't really, but you know, it goes straight into my storage space, and then I'm broke again like 5 seconds later. It's like, well, I had money for 5 whole minutes, awesome, and now I have a place to put things. And I can't put my body there. I'm not allowed to store it in the storage space. But it would solve a lot of problems, but really it wouldn't, because then everyone would live there and you just have another shelter. Anyway, so I'm doing GA, and I elected to do work at the food bank for my work fair, because there are several sites you can pick, and I guess the default is like cleaning the buses and sweeping streets, which isn't preferable, because it gets nasty on those buses. I'm sure you've experienced this. And to have to experience it every day at the end of the night or in the morning, that would be not fun. Whereas you go to the food bank and there's a bunch of jolly people there throwing oranges into boxes and counting rice, and everyone's all happy, and like they're coming because like their church is making them, or they're on some field trip, and they're like snotty brats who don't know how the world works but they're all like trying to be neat, and like they feel super good about putting oranges in boxes for 3 hours, and like you're there with all these super like either actually creepy, like, no, not actually creepy, actually happy, though they are kind of creepy, or people who are trying really hard to give off the attitude that this makes them happy, even though they're just like annoyed. Like, but it's a positive atmosphere, whether you want it to be or not. And you're there, and so this was like my 3rd day back to work after like living on the street, and things that wouldn't normally be too important to you or become really important when you're homeless. I had this water bottle, and I was really excited about the concept after work of being able to fill it with water and take it with me. Like, I have water now and I can carry it too. I was excited about this bottle that I found, and I lost it during the shift somehow. And it was already awkward because all the other volunteers had gone, and I was excited about this bottle. So I went back, and it had already been thrown away. And the guy's like, "You can go drink water in the break room." I'm like, it took all of my politeness to not be like, "Yeah, that's the point. I know I can drink water there, but I wanted to take some." But I didn't say that because it was already awkward. So I trudged back. My hopes and dreams are shattered on the ground about taking water home. Like, because you don't get into the shelter until hella late, and other than that, you're just out on your street and you've got no money, you're on your ass, and like water is hard to come by. And so there, you wind up at work and you're just trying to drink water. And I went back to the break room just, you know, to go drink out of the fountain. And there sitting on the table is this cup of Starbucks that someone had just left. And it seemed like the volunteers were long gone. And I was like, okay, I have to give you the history of this cup, because it was there when I first arrived at noon, just by itself. It was there again during break, and nobody picked it up and drank it when the whole set of teams were in there. No one drank it. And then after, it was still there. Like, they had 3 opportunities to pick up this cup, and like, there's a certain code that street scavengers live by, which is that, like, if it seems like it's just going to be thrown away anyway, it's basically yours. And if you're like, if you're one of the conscientious street scavengers, there's another article that comes into play, unwritten code, which is that if you see something more than 3 times and it's left undisturbed, it's definitely up for grabs. And it's up for grabs, nobody else even wanted it, like, after it was abandoned. So it's like, it'd be an insult to the universe not to take it. But then, like, the third most important rule of street scavenging is right there in the name, which is that it kind of has to be on the street. Like, when you're going around taking mysterious coffee cups at your workplace, you might actually wind up in an awkward situation. But, you know, I wasn't foreseeing any of this. Like, my mind was made up, like, I lost the water bottle, now I get free coffee. This is the universe free coffee. Like, you know, you go through all these weird leaps of logic about stuff that you get. So, my mind was made up, and I'm looking, nobody here. Volunteers, and fuck it, I'm taking it. So I took it. And instead of going left out the normal volunteer exit, I hung a right, like I actually normally would, just hang a right, go past the bathroom and out through the lobby and go out that way. And like, I'm even less likely to see anybody who might have owned this cup if I go out this way. So I start heading out. I'm just walking fairly confidently with the cup. I had my jacket, and I'm just walking with the cup, and it's like not that awkward. Like, it's not that awkward. I'm just like, you know, like I own this cup, like it's mine. And then I see out through the window ahead of me, like 20 yards through, I see the whole crowd of all the volunteers that had been there, just hanging around out front. I'm like, oh my God. I was in robotic mode, and I had to keep going, and I'm like, I have to make a decision, and I could have just ditched the cup at that point and walked past, but like, in my infinite wisdom, I'm like, so yeah, this is even cooler now, because it's like this, and I'm walking, like, just be confident, and no one will notice, like, in my mind, like, they must have intentionally abandoned, or maybe it's none of these people, because it's been there since noon, and I'm thinking, and I'm going, and then, you know, I start to get paranoid as I get closer. I look down, and the straw is poking up, and it's the bright green Starbucks straw. And like, at this point, I'm so paranoid. I'm like, they'll know it was from Starbucks. So, like, I had to grab the straw, and as I'm leaving, I'm like trying not to have a weird look on my face, and I'm sure I look guilty as a bank robber over fucking like secondhand cup of Joe from Starbucks. I look guilty and weird and awkward, and I'm like, oh, it's so obvious how homeless I am and like how weird I'm stealing this cup of coffee. And I just marched past, you know, I'm out, hang a right at the bushes, go down the street, hopefully where they're not walking, to make good my escape. And it was so awkward. I was just like, whew, okay, we got past the people, and at least I wasn't confronted by the potentially angry previous owner of the Starbucks coffee. I'm drinking it, walking away. But it gets better. So, as I'm walking away quite briskly, I realize the safest, fastest way to get back on the T-line, I actually have to go back this way. So I turn, and there comes the entire troops. Da 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 da. They're coming out, and they're coming out. I'm like, crap! So I just hightail it, and I just double pace my effort. And I'm like, now I'm, in my mind, I'm like running away from an angry mob of coffee-lusting villagers. And I'm like, I get caught by these people. They came to my workplace, and someone's gonna know I took the coffee. And as I'm walking away, I hang a left, and I go around, and I get to the fucking bus stop. I get to the bus stop, and I'm realizing how funny this is. I'm like, this is another bit. I gotta sit down and write some of this down. So I'm sitting and writing, and pretty into it, just giggling madly. I glance up, and unbeknownst to me, the entire troop of volunteers has arrived at the bus stop while I'm scribbling, and they're all standing there. I'm just hoping to myself, well, I hope the Starbucks guy isn't here, and I just, like, it was sitting on the ground in front of me, and my bag was here, and I just, and just at this point, it's so tragic that I just can't stop laughing. So now I'm just the crazy asshole who stole your coffee, just sitting there laughing about it like he got away with something. I know this is how the person would perceive me. He was actually there, whoever he had, like, you thought you got away with it. And I'm just laughing at how bad the situation is and how, because these things happen to you all the time. But it's great that GA is having us do these things, because it's putting us in situations where we have to be polite to people again, or there are consequences. And it really helps to rehabilitate into society. And I'm like, damn, I'm glad this happened on my volunteer assignment rather than where I might, like, potentially actually be trying to work for a paycheck and getting fired would really suck. So, like, I'm not going to get fired over taking a cup of coffee from the break room. But, like, if I am regularly the person who just does weird off-color things, they're not really likely to hire me there. But anyway, so you pick up weird habits when you're homeless. And really, it's important not to just continually justify your weird habits, but just to kind of realize there's a reason they're weird and stop doing them. Like, I need to really stop just picking up things that aren't mine. So that's not, I'm not a thief, but like the scavenging thing, it gets weird. And you have to get out of that habit at some point. Anyway, that's basically my lesson of the week for the night. So, Tom Face is my Twitter, or at the tomface.tumblr.com if you want to see more of my stuff. And yeah, it was nice to be here with you guys. Hopefully next week I will read you chapter 2 of The Rules of Being Homeless, which will be entitled Smoking a Cigarette. We'll go into that next week. Thank you very much.
Thomas Harper, ladies and gentlemen. Thomas Harper. Once when I was in school now this is back in the time of the dinosaurs, right? I had a teacher who was yelling at the class, and she looked at me and she said, "Natch, what's wrong?" And I said, "I really feel you, I really feel you." And she says, "If you really feel me, you're not the asshole I'm talking to." My advice to you. Ladies and gentlemen, let's welcome to the stage for another reading of his continuous reading of his book, James Conrad, along with Lady Zeitgeist. Okay. Thank you. Please come again. Okay, cool. I think that's tall enough. Hello. Oops. Yeah, you are tall. Yeah, and I kicked the stand there and almost swung back and busted me in the teeth. At least, I guess probably a damn sight better than getting shocked, even though. Right. Yeah. And directly behind me and to my left is Lady Zeitgeist. She's now running the open mic over at Wicked Grounds. That's
where is it?
This is it's on the corner of Folsom and 8th Street, and it's the first and third Saturdays of every month.
Where the stud used to be, over on 7th?
I guess, yeah. So it's and our next event is April 4th, and actually Peter Webster and friends will be our feature, and it's going to be an awesome event.
Yeah, I understood you recently had Dr. Dream too. So I have for you now another installment of Zurdo Cleans House, and we're going to take a little break from the courtroom and follow Lorenzo Ruiz's brothers and sisters as they go for a meal to talk about the matters at hand with their father, not Javier Ruiz, Father Leon Estrada. And this is episode 12 of Zurdo Cleans House. After leaving the Hall of Justice, Zurdo's brothers and sisters went to a diner with Father Leon, choosing a booth in the corner. As soon as their order of food and drink arrived, they joined hands.
bless us, O Lord, in these thy gifts, which we are about to receive from thy bounty, through Christ our Lord. Amen, said Father Leon. Amen, said Zerto's siblings, and began to eat. I don't think that little kid was telling the truth on the stand, said Antonio as he dipped one of his fries in ketchup and ate it. I don't either, said Luisa. Well, maybe somebody told him to lie, said Ramon, washing down a bite of his fish sandwich with a sip of Dr. Pepper. Annalisa sighed. I wouldn't be surprised, she said, dabbing at the corner of her lips with a napkin to wipe away a spot of barbecue sauce. Poor kid, it's bad enough that his mother's been killed. Personally, said Josefina, I think the kid's stepdad did it and is trying to frame Zurdo. I wouldn't be surprised about that either, said Annalisa with a sneer. Shit. Well, we'll see one day, won't we, said Antonio, his tone bitter. I wish there was something we could do, said Josefina with a scowl of frustration. There is, said Father Leon. I don't think I can stop them from putting him in jail, but I'll do everything in my power to get him out. It may take the rest of my life, but I don't care. If it happens, it'll be worth it. If it doesn't, at least I can die knowing I tried to do some good in the world. Just then, Annalisa began to shed silent tears. Luisa laid her hand upon her back to console her. Yeah? What do you plan to do? Asked Antonio just before he took a bite of his cheeseburger. Whatever it takes, said Father Leon, eyes blazing with determination. I'll get a petition to the district attorney together, gather signatures, raise money so we can get a new trial with a real lawyer. Anything, so help me God. Antonio Ruiz, reassured by Father Leon's steadfast promise, looked him in the eye and smiled. Thanks a million, folks. And tune in next week for episode 13 of Zurdo Cleans House. Give it up for Lady Zeitgeist. Go check out her open mic over in Wicked Grounds. And, you know, she's also got a lot of new projects planned, always making music. And I know she's been away to focus on the making music, but it's good to see her, you know, out and about again. Just don't call it a comeback. So, and she'll be on next, so enjoy the rest of the show. Thanks a million.
James, ladies and gentlemen. And now we're going to bring up Lady Zeitgeist, who's up here.
I'm going to start us off with the Queen cover I did here a while back. I'm going slightly mad, and yeah, this song kind of states my spirit in a lot of ways. I kind of went through a dark time, and I did a recording of my cover, and actually I laughed and smiled for the first time in a long time. So here it is. Feel free to sing along if anybody's familiar with this tune. When the outside temperature rises and the meaning is oh so clear, 1001 yellow daffodils begin to dance in front of you, oh dear. Are they trying to tell her something? You're missing that one final screw. You are simply not into pink, my dear, to be honest.